6, the last module of the Sanitation Safety Planning methodology. My name is Leonela Barreto-Dillon and I will be your guide in this module called Develop Supporting Programs and Review Plans. Adopting a systematic and inclusive approach to sanitation in a locality creates the need for services within the sanitation chain that currently might not exist. Module 6 supports the development of people's skills and knowledge, the institutional capacity to meet SSP commitments, and the development of a well-functioning sanitation market. In this module, you will learn how to identify and implement supporting programs and periodically review and update the SSP outputs. This will ensure SSP is always relevant and responds to the current and anticipated operating conditions. Module 6.1 helps to ensure that SSP operation is supported with research programs and training for staff and communication to key stakeholders, especially in larger and complex systems. Supporting programs cover a range of activities and partnerships that enable the successful implementation of the incremental improvements indicated in the SSP. A key aspect of supporting program is communication of health issues with all stakeholders. Chapter 4 of the 2018 WHO guidelines mention some of the key supporting programs that we need to take into account when implementing sanitation interventions. For instance, it mentions the need of sanitation service capacity building. A new type of service requires technical development. Partnerships with academic institutions, NGOs, or social enterprises can support both initial development and ongoing adaptation of the services. Associations of service providers can be very useful and should be promoted where they do not exist. They facilitated the dialogue between the service providers and the authorities responsible for sanitation and can be the entry point for training and certification. Associations can play a useful role in informing financial institutions about sanitation businesses, which they are probably unfamiliar with, and help develop lines of credits. Training is a crucial component of capacity building, and peer-to-peer learning and on-the-job mentoring can be particularly effective. Service providers should receive training in business as well as technical skills to promote efficiency, minimize cost, and ultimately improve sustainability. We also need to foster the sanitation service market. From the supply side, small enterprises might need assistance in obtaining equipment and working capital to make a start. Also, the demand should be activated and sustained once services are operational with ongoing marketing and informational campaigns and judicious enforcement of public health regulation. Examples of supporting programs are training programs for staff, presentation of evidence and results to public and institutional stakeholders, awareness-raising campaigns for the general public, including building awareness of hazards and potential changes to hazards due to climate change, research programs to support key knowledge or evident gaps, including to increase understanding of the current and future impacts of climate change, lobbying for an appropriate SSP-enabling environment, and engagement of stakeholders in SSP. Module 6.2 refers to the periodical reviews and updates SSP. The SSP should be systematically reviewed and revised on periodical basis. This should inform us about new or emerging hazards and hazardous events. Remember, sanitation safety planning is not linear. It is a continuous process. The reviews will take into account improvements that have been made, changes in operating conditions, any new evidence on health risks related to the sanitary system, or further resources and information on climate aspects as they become available. In addition, SSP should be reviewed in the following situations: after an incident, extreme weather event, emergency, or a near miss; after major improvements or changes to the system; after an audit or evaluation to incorporate findings and recommendations. Well, great. This is it. We have now finished Module 6, and with this, the complete SSP methodology. You have learned how to identify and implement supporting programs and periodically review and update the SSP outputs. I recommend downloading the 2018 WHO guidelines and learn more about supporting plans. Also, you should carefully read Module 6 of your SSP manual. With this lecture, we have completed the methodology presented in our Sanitation Safety Planning manual. Thanks for watching and happy SSP!